All right, today we're going to talk about the scientific quest to fight ALS. But this isn't about some one-size-fits-all approach. Nope, it's about something way more revolutionary: precision medicine. Let's get into how scientists are creating truly tailor-made treatments for what is, let's be honest, one of the most complex diseases out there.
This quote just nails it. If your body is a unique puzzle, then a disease like ALS shows up as a completely unique problem for every single person. So the real question is, how in the world do you solve thousands of different puzzles all at once? So let's start with that puzzle. What really makes ALS such a unique challenge? Well, the core problem is that it isn't just one single disease. It's incredibly individual. And that's exactly why a standard treatment so often falls short. It's like trying to use the same key for thousands of different locks. It's just not going to work. So what's the solution? It's this whole new approach called precision medicine. Think of it like this. It's the difference between buying a jacket off the rack and having one custom tailored to fit you, and only you, perfectly. Instead of just treating the disease, you're treating the individual, using their unique genetic and biological information to design the therapy from the ground up.
Right. So this custom-fit solution means creating a completely unique blueprint for every single person. And to do that, scientists first have to understand the specific pieces of each patient's own personal ALS puzzle. Only then can they start designing a strategy that fits them exactly.
And this is where the challenge really snaps into focus. See, ALS isn't just one puzzle, it's really two fundamentally different kinds. About 10% of cases are familial, which means they're inherited, passed down through families with known gene mutations. But a whopping 90% are sporadic, appearing with no clear genetic cause at all. This split just perfectly illustrates why we need strategies that are as unique as the patients themselves. So, with a challenge this complex, what's the immediate goal? Well, for now, it's not about finding a single silver bullet cure for everyone. It's about something much more strategic: slowing the disease down, personalizing the fight to target specific causes, and ultimately just improving a person's quality of life. It's kind of like building a custom shield for their nerve cells.
So to solve a puzzle this intricate, you need the right set of tools. And this is where the science gets incredibly exciting. It's time to open up the detective's toolkit for fighting ALS. The process is really methodical, almost like a detective case. It starts with step 1, collecting clues. This means doing genetic tests and finding biomarkers, which are basically biological signs of the disease, in a person's blood. From there, they find the target, they design a custom therapy, and they deliver the treatment. And finally, they check progress using those very same biomarkers, like one called NFL, to see if it's actually working. It's a true case of personalized investigation. And the tools themselves are just fascinating. We've got SOs, which acts like a targeted mute button for faulty genes. There's gene therapy, which literally goes in to fix the source code. Monoclonal antibodies work like a super-specific cleanup crew for toxic proteins. And there are even cell-based therapies that can help calm inflammation. Each tool is designed for a very specific job, giving scientists this whole range of options to fit the puzzle.
But look, this isn't just theory or something happening in a lab. This scientific quest is producing real-world breakthroughs. The progress is tangible, you can see it, and it's giving the entire ALS community some powerful reasons to be hopeful.
And that brings us to a huge moment, a real landmark achievement. In 2023, the FDA approved a drug called Qalsody. This was a monumental victory, the very first precision medicine for a specific genetic form of ALS, targeting mutations in the SOD1 gene. This was the proof that this entire concept, it could actually work. And the proof of Qalsody's success? It's right there in the data. In clinical trials, it led to a 60% reduction in that biomarker we mentioned, neurofilament light, or NFL. Remember, NFL is a direct indicator of nerve damage. So to see that number drop so dramatically was hard evidence that the drug wasn't just hitting its target, it was actively protecting nerve cells.
And Qalsody is just the beginning. It's like the floodgates have opened. The research landscape is absolutely exploding with activity. You've got companies like Ionis and Biogen pioneering these ASOs for different genetic targets. Others, like Annexon, are targeting inflammation. And, crucially, companies like Neuroscience are developing therapies specifically for that 90% of people with sporadic ALS. The hunt is truly on from every possible angle.
Now, all this progress is incredibly exciting, but the quest is far from over. To truly solve the puzzle of ALS, researchers still have to navigate some pretty significant hurdles. It's really crucial that we have a realistic view of the road ahead.
And the challenges are very real. First, the sheer diversity of ALS is an obstacle in itself. Second, just getting drugs past the body's natural defenses to reach the brain and spinal cord, that's a huge technical problem. Third, the cost of these therapies can be absolutely enormous. And finally, much of the success so far has been in the genetic 10%, meaning we still need major breakthroughs for the sporadic majority. But despite those challenges, the pace of progress is accelerating like crazy. I mean, think about it. It took 30 years to get from the very first gene discovery in 1993 to the first approved precision drug in 2023. But now, looking ahead, we're already talking about prevention trials and using AI to discover the next generation of drug targets. The momentum is just undeniable.
And this quote really captures that optimism. A huge part of the future is going to lie in technology. Artificial intelligence has the potential to analyze massive data sets of genes and biomarkers, finding patterns and all that complexity that we humans just can't see. This could be the key to unlocking treatments that are even more personalized and even more effective.
Which leaves us with this final, really powerful question. We've gone from just managing symptoms to actually targeting the root genetic causes. The next frontier is prevention. With all these new tools and an ever deeper understanding of each person's unique puzzle, the ultimate goal might not just be about slowing ALS down anymore, but maybe, just maybe, stopping it before it ever has a chance to start.